And you're successful, of course. And you mentioned that taking the positive from one game and putting it into another game. That what is success to you? What does that mean to you to be successful? As a coach.
Well, my thing is, one of the things I always say to my players and people in conversation pertaining to coaching, the coaching is not about me, It's coaching about the players and their development. So I try to be a player person, try to make my players comfortable. You understand? Try to keep them motivated. And let them, one of the things we try to drive home is to enjoy the cricket,
Mm-hmm.
And funny enough, I will tell them straight up, these are the cricket, you're going to win some, you're going to lose some. But once you're in with a chance. So we're not looking at the final thing then to win the tournament, We're taking it game by game and enjoying the game.
Mm-hmm.
We do some game sense training in our preparation, put them into certain situation. So when we go in the matches, we try, people have ideas to what they role. And you have to remind them to some that what their roles are. Playing your role, enjoying it, enjoying each other's success. We see it as a one family. We see our cricket as a special brand of cricket. There's a message that we carry across. And every time we play, based on situation, we come up with slogans. Like this year, we lost our first 2 matches. And our slogan was, it's sweeter from behind. We're going to backlash there, And the guys just enjoy the cricket and we play a brand, fearless cricket. And you could see people enjoy each other's success. So when a man walking out here, guys talking positive thing, he can't bowl a ball in an area, the guy going to do this, guy to do that. He had cases where final over, a player go beg for the ball. Skip, give me the ball, let me bowl it. And so on. That's how we play. One of the things also, as we say, a franchise, but every edition, the players will go back into the pool. But you have some players that you could retain. Initially, you retain 4 players, like the second edition, 4, and then they said 3 this time around. So really and truly, you try to get your nucleus. Because, chemistry is very important. So you have certain players that you need to get, and you look for players who could fit in and so get your departments. But being a team player, that goes well with me. When I'm selecting team, I pick people because of their spirit in terms of the support they give and so on. You have some people, you'll realize they're coming across selfish. Sometimes they will be in conversation and don't even know I'm listening. So when it comes to selecting players, especially like say the VPL, some of these things I take into consideration. A man is a good team player. And that's why you need team spirit, You need people who are passionate, people who are encouraged, people who enjoy other people's success and so forth. And you play as a unit. And that's one of the key to success. You could have some of the top players and they are not meshing because a lot of selfish attitude and so on.
And one of the biggest problems I noticed with our youngsters in St. Vincent and the Grenadines as players is the attitude. We need to get these guys a father figure so that they can mend the attitude, because we have good players in that side, because I'm in Canada, but I follow a lot of things back home.
Right.
And I know a lot of stories. I can tell you those off air.
Right.
Sometimes I tell you things is from what I know as stories.
I agree with you, Some of these guys, they are the biggest enemies because of their attitude towards the cricket. And right in the VPL, I had problems with some players. But I dealt with things in my own way. Players will turn up on a day. It's like split personality. On a day, these guys are happy and you get the most out of them. The next day they come and they upset with whoever. And he carry it right over into the cricket. And you will see the days when they're not performing. It has to do with the attitude.
I can point out who those persons are, because I know I follow a lot of stuff. So don't think I'm going to talk things. I'm back there, man. I follow a lot of things because I'm very passionate about sports. You know that.
Right.
So how do you look at certain players that really need a father figure? Because I think our biggest problem is a father figure to some of these youngsters. how do you bring them? The thing I notice here is that the involvement of the parents is what drives the kids.
Yeah, that is very important.
And
Parents involvement.
We
And I
don't
do that
have
from school level, I do that from school level, getting parents involved, like by my school with programs and so on. But the point that you're making there, and these things that make the job as a coach more difficult, because as you say, a lot of these players, they really need a manager, a father figure, somebody to guide them, somebody to guide them. And a lot of times now, when you're not around, that is, they go on back on their own, right? They go on their own and they do wrong things. But what I find here in St. Vincent, when a man is talented and doing well, a lot of coaches align themselves with that person. Everybody, the person's coach, right? And the persons who work with them and get them to the level, come like they forget them. The only time they're going to remember is when they get themselves into trouble. Then they're going to remember to call you. So what's happening? Some of our youngsters, when they are doing well and the people who really been working with them and guiding them, they pull away and listen to the wrong set of people. A good example would be Gideon Pope says, among young man. Right? This is a young man who went to my school. I didn't even realize the man was in my school, the little boy. I went by my cousin Tiger one Old Year's night, and I was there talking with Darset and company, Caswell. And they're talking about this little boy could play. So I asked them which school the boy goes to. They tell me Georgetown Secondary School. You see, and the guy, and at the time I have my training program, I had preparing the school team. So in January, I went and looked for the young man, the form one. Somebody say, hey, you could play cricket? Tell me yes. I say, so why you not coming to practice for the school team? Tell me, mommy say he mustn't play no cricket because, parents are ready. I say, man, your mommy has a number. Give me mommy number. Let me talk to your mommy. So he gave me his mommy's number. I called her. I spoke to her. I said, this might be the only thing that'll work for your son, Don't deprive him that opportunity of playing his cricket. He can marry the cricket and his education. I say, cricket is what made me, for example. So his mother said, all right, Mr. Warrican, I will allow him to come and practice. He came, he practiced, he made the school team. He didn't play regularly, but we've been working with him. And then the man reached to the point where he played for the West Indies under 19. I was his coach, manager at the Windwards under 19 level and so on. And I prepared him for the World Cup, the same World Cup, because at that time I was working with the West Indies Cricket Board as territorial development officer. I did that for like 6 years. So I was the person who prepared him for the World Cup. He went and did pretty well, and West Indies won. And then after that, everybody aligned themselves. Mr. Warrican name won't call, but I'm okay with that. Right now, you notice he had some lean period. I pick him in the VPL and resurrect him again. So hopefully things can happen for him. Right, Sibi? So those are some of the things that we talk about.
I know about that.
They align themselves with the wrong set of people.
I tell you, I had a discussion Sunday night, and that was the topic.
Okay.
So I tell you, I know everything, man. Don't hide it from me. I know.
Right. But we have a lot of talent, as you rightly say, man. But the people need management. And you see, the problem is that we don't have, the Cricket Association, I want to believe, really seems as a small place to organize programs so these guys can do continuous training and so on, develop their cricket. You have a period where these guys would be cricket finished and they're not doing anything more than drinking rum, hanging out, no place to practice. I think the Cricket Association can do more. I think they have money. They're making some good monies from the VPL and whatever. They boast about the millions and whatever. I think they can organize programs, to zero in on these young men. Because at the end of the day, it could be a career for these people, and it could even look at Obed in the IPL and so on. They're gonna be we're selling our product. So when Obed come in the VPL, right now the VPL is the Caribbean IPL, like that finals that we played there. I tell you, you couldn't even get a park with your vehicle on the park outside. And that's a big, massive area. The crowd at that, I've never seen that in St. Vincent apart from when West Indies and Australia play and West Indies and England play in the heydays, you know. So I think they can do more for our cricketers, man.